SUI news from the last 7 days. 4 relevant news items, one of which is a game changer, and the weekly momentum is at about 52 out of 100. But one of these news items really changes the picture significantly. As always, I'll go through the news with you based on data and in order, so stay tuned. But first, what is SUI actually? SUI is a layer 1 blockchain for fast and parallel transaction processing. Currently up 0.8% in the last 7 days, and the market cap is already at 3 billion, so it's relatively high. I've done an analysis on SUI, I'll link it for you above. There you'll get more exciting info and price scenarios. But let's go straight into the news now. As mentioned, the weekly momentum is at 52. So it's a mixed week, 50% positive, 25% neutral, and 25% negative. But the on-chain trend is positive because it's rising. And the drivers of the week are that network activities are actually increasing, even though a DeFi hack, let's say, slightly shook confidence. Let's first come to the protocol and tech news. We have one here and it's red because it's negative. Namely, DEX loses over 700,000 actual SUI tokens after Blue Move was drained on July 11th. Meaning over almost 700,000 SUI have been lost. A SUI app lost user funds due to a bug in the system. The source is CryptoRank from July 11th. That's not such good news, of course. But I also post positive news, for example, about chart updates, but you also get my 10x ranking list there. You can see the high caps there, for example. But I also do chart analyses, as I said, on Kaspa, Internet Computer, but also, let's say, other altcoins and, of course, Bitcoin. And otherwise, there's also 10x Intelligence, the crypto AI bot, research bot, which really always supports and helps me personally. You can just scan the code and then you'll get all the further info. It's completely free added value for you. But let's move on with the news. Let's come to the team and the funding. How does it look there? One news item is the SUI group, the head of investment, is leaving. Right? Effective July 8th, the chairman is taking over and the transition means a leadership change at a key SUI investor. Of course, you always have to look. When someone leaves the team, it's naturally not so positive, but definitely worth a news item. The source is investing.com. My channel partner, by the way, all info on my website, but it's especially practical for stocks. Let's move on with the news. For example, the community news here and in the ecosystem. Here we have some exciting news, active building projects over 30. In other words, active projects are rising above 30. Right, more and more projects are being built on SUI. The news is from July 12th. This means, of course, more and more developers are choosing SUI to build on. Source, CoinMarketCap. And the second news, network usage is really jumping massively in one day. So active wallets in a single day have increased by 145%. Futures trading up 55% to $234 million. So that means significantly more people are using and trading SUI. That is, of course, quite strong news. The source for this is SUI internal via Live Bitcoin News. Let's move on. What should you, as a SUI holder or someone interested in SUI, have on your radar now? The next SUI token release is in 13 days, specifically on August 1st. Around 13.7 million SUI will then be released. That's about $10 million. Then the old API on the mainnet will be shut down, and that's actually tomorrow on July 20th, meaning exchanges must switch to a new data system. For you personally, this means no change for now. The exchanges usually do that automatically. Now, as always, we'll go into the chart analysis and see when is an exciting entry point for SUI. When is an exit point? And what does the 10x indicator actually say? By the way, you can find more info about the indicator right here. If you really want to find potential entries and exits and get a real insight into the chart, a clear view, so to speak, then the 10x indicator is just right for you. But now let's go straight into the chart analysis. And here we are with SUI in the chart analysis. As always, we'll go to the weekly chart and take a full look at SUI. The chart, well, what can I say? It doesn't look good. My 10x indicator already formed a big red dot here back in January 25. That means it's indicating, okay, there could be a possible top forming now, right? It hit that quite well here. And if you look at it, we were sold off massively after that. Now we actually reached the low here, meaning a well, not an all-time low, but at least in this bear market, an all-time low has been reached. Exactly. But now we're going to take a look at the whole thing on the daily chart. First of all, regarding the trend down here, in terms of range, we're more in the bearish range now because of the overbought zone, but there's definitely still a bit of room to move up. So it could still be, especially now that we've formed a small green dot, a possible bullish trend reversal. It could be that we'll go up a bit more now, right? Maybe 10% more into this range, and then we'll be stopped here again, right? Resistance line, resistance, and then it would be up here, and then it would go down again. I would watch an exciting zone here as soon as we go down, and a big green dot forms down here again. Then there would be an oversold zone here, so a possible bottoming out, and then it would be really exciting for me for SUI again. If you don't want to miss that, you can get the 10x indicator yourself or join the free 10x insiders. There you also get further chart analyses from me that I do with the indicator. All info in the video description. Now we'll go further. I'm linking the next video for you here, the complete analysis of SUI. Very, very worth seeing. Thanks for watching, and then we'll see each other in the next video.